Welcome to the Midlife Rebrand Podcast. This week, we're thrilled to welcome our first guest, Alana. She shares how the nervous system shapes stress and health, and simple ways to calm and reset. Let's dive in.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to our podcast.
Today is an extra special podcast because we have our first guest. We're so excited. We're so official now, I feel.
I'm really excited that I'm your first guest. I have to say it feels like winning somehow.
It is, for sure.
Have you ever done a podcast before?
I have done one.
You have?
Before. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a massage science podcast. I'm presenting at this online conference in October, and so it was like an interview and promo for that, and I was really excited.
Cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you're like a natural pro at this.
Basically a pro.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah. Podcast too.
Yeah.
I'm a pro.
And also, I have to say that when I listen to your podcast, I respond as if I'm talking to you, like it's happening in real time.
You're like talking back to us?
100%.
I love it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. You say stuff, and I'm like, oh, yeah. I find myself like reaching for my computer to type a message back to you, like as if it's happening right now. In real time.
I love
so if
that.
you ever get weird texts from me, you'll just have to figure out, like, what was she listening to? What could that be a response to? And you'll just figure it out.
Oh my gosh,
Please
could be anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Really could be anything sometimes.
yeah. That's so cool to hear.
Yes.
We don't always hear from our guests or our listeners.
Yeah,
We're
listener slash guest.
Yeah,
slash
we love to
things,
hear
yes.
all the feedback. It's very exciting.
So this is Alana, everyone.
Hi.
And yes, she is our guest. And I won't butcher your official professional title. But
I'm a
what?
massage therapist.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have much more title than that. I'm a massage therapist. I'm also an educator. I am actually right at the start of my own online education company. Yeah,
Cool.
my own
amazing.
Midlife Rebrand. Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
It's starting out as continuing ed for massage or manual therapists, nervous system based work. But my vision for it is stuff like this. Like, I think there's so much that if we understood about our nervous systems, we would feel better and be able
Yes.
to live better. And but I have no idea what that looks like. Like, what would actually be helpful? What would people want? What format works so that I don't have to be tied to it all the time, but it's
Yeah.
still helpful. Right?
Yeah.
So that's a dream. It's down the road. Right now, it's manual therapy, continuing ed.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
good. You're working towards it. I
I'm
love it.
excited. Yeah.
Yes. So the nervous system is a bit of a rabbit hole. I got down about, 6, 7, 8 months ago when I started seeing you, going through my perimenopause journey and all that sorts of stuff. Shay
I'm new to it. Like
is new.
I'm learning about it. You're hearing about it so much more. So I love it though, because I didn't realize how much you hear about mental health and you hear about your brain, but it's actually your body. And now that I've come to realize, like, I'm anxious, but my body's reacting to it, not my brain, and all of that kind of stuff, it makes so much sense that I should
Yeah.
be focusing on that part of it, not just up here in the head. It's the whole body that needs to be relaxed and tuned into,
Yeah.
because it's not just anxiety. Like, I can't sleep because of anxiety. No, I need to do my breaths. I need to focus on my body. What is my body feeling? And I didn't really realize that for so long. And I love now that you've taught us all some things.
Well, I'm trying. I feel like I get so ahead of myself
it.
because I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm so excited about it now, and I try and deliver the information to people. And I was like, we just need
No.
Alana to come on to the podcast.
Well, I love
because
that you are, though, because
Yeah.
like that, it can't just be one person, right? Once you
Yeah.
find a tool that helps you, you want everyone to know
For
it.
sure.
Yeah. I realized the other day I was thinking about this, and I talk about my nervous system and regulating my nervous system, and I realized that I talk about it like it's a different part of me. Like,
Okay.
it's like
It
my
is kind
nervous
of.
system's over here,
Yeah.
and then I'm like over here. And so when I talk about like regulating my nervous system, it's like I'm like disciplining it or like giving instructions. Okay, so I have a question for you. If your nervous system was represented by a television or movie character.
Demogorgon.
Okay, that was fast.
1,000%. It was on
Yeah.
the end of my tongue. I was
Yeah.
like, I associate it like the Demogorgon
Okay.
from Stranger Things.
Wow.
Like
Okay.
it's
It's a
negative
whole.
thing.
I guess maybe the Demogorgon is negative, but I just think of it as such this, I don't know, extra being or
Yeah.
creature that just has so much control over your body. When you let it get out of control, it's a little Demogorgon-y
Like
to
a
me.
monster. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Shay? anything come to mind? Mine wasn't nearly that scary.
No.
I'm like aggressive, like right. Okay, I'm right to the scariest.
I really feel like, that movie Inside Out and those little people.
Yeah.
And how you have like all these emotions, but they're actually people. That's what I feel like it is. It's like a little person inside me. My nervous system is like a little blob of a person, and not
a little rainbow person running around with all these feels.
with all this feeling and like just going crazy, like spinning around or something like that, and then all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, all over the place.
For you?
My nervous system is like David Rose from Schitt's Creek.
Oh, I love that show.
Like,
by the way,
that's
love it.
so
I was like
funny.
Yeah.
Ross Geller, like just like dramatic and overreactive and doesn't get it right all the time, and like needs a Patrick,
Oh,
or like Ross needed Chandler.
Yes.
Right? Like I just was like, I feel like I have there's this part of me that is talking to my nervous system. Like, would you just chill out? This is not an appropriate reaction for the environment that we're in.
No.
And I didn't realize how separate I thought it was. But hearing both of your answers, and when I think about what I hear out there sort of in the space, I think a lot of us kind of feel like that. It's almost like our nervous system is this like separate thing from us. And I think about it as like primitive brain, sophisticated brain, right? So we're trying to use our logical brain to tell our primitive brain it's not that bad, like you're safer than you think you are.
Yes.
Or when you learn those talking tools, like I'm safe here. My body's still not feeling safe, even though I'm telling my body that I'm safe.
Yes.
There's still not that connection, or that's why sometimes therapy doesn't work alone, because I've learned how to talk to myself. I learned how to calm down. I've learned that I'm okay. No, still don't feel that way. Inside, I'm still having all these physical reactions to it.
Yeah.
It totally makes sense.
Yeah. I was definitely the same. I found out I had ADHD. Well, I was diagnosed at 41. I was pretty confident I had it before then. I used to teach wilderness first aid, and I was teaching a course with a friend, and it was a big course, and there were lots of really loud, funny people, which usually I like. But on this course, at one point I was like, can you guys all shut up so that I can finish talking and we can all go home sometime? Because they were so like excited.
Yeah.
I spent the whole day looking for my stuff, my water bottle, my coffee mug, and at the end of the day, my friend Jen, lots of Jens in my life, my friend Jen comes up to me.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of you in this demographic too. Yeah. I was like, how many times did you walk up to me and hand me my coffee mug or my water bottle? She said, how many times did I walk up to you and hand you your car keys that I pulled off the roof of your car with your doors open? And I was like, I don't know, how many? She goes, twice.
Oh.
I was like, I don't feel like that's a normal thing to do. Like walk away from your car in a public parking lot with your doors open and your keys like on your hood.
That's
not realizing that you did it.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, okay, maybe there's something going on that's different. I should probably figure out what this is. And it took me a couple of years to kind of get around to diagnosis and medication and all those things. But I would have said, I'm not someone with high stress. I don't have anxiety. Like I'm capable and adaptable. And then I started paying attention to my body, and I realized that when I leave the house in the morning to go to work, and I love my job, I love the clinic, my heart rate will be 120. A couple months ago it was 130. My breathing's fast and shallow. I'm sweaty. I have butterflies in my stomach, and I didn't know I was doing this. Then I started paying attention, and I was like, oh, I don't think I'm stressed, but my body highly disagrees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I love about this little like rabbit hole I went down, was realizing that my nervous system was screaming to me.
Yeah.
And I too was saying, well, I have anxiety. I'm just nervous for no reason. I'm worked up for no reason. No, it's because I was deregulated.
Yeah. And I think that the back and forth is so fascinating to me. Mm-hmm. So stress causes muscle tension, but muscle tension is a signal to the brain that we're stressed.
Yeah.
You must be stressed because your muscles are tight. And so if we can relax.
Walking around like this with your shoulders up to your ears and you're like, everything's fine. I'm totally fine.
Yeah. I was just working on a guy. An end of a 90-minute massage. I'm working on his scalp and his face. And we've been talking about how stressed he is lately. And he said, this is, I don't remember the word, this is nonsense or this is crazy. He said, this is so relaxing, but my whole body is tight. And I said, I know. I'm the same. Like it took me so long to learn to relax in a massage.
Yeah.
Because my nervous system was not ready to let that tension go. Mm. So that's one of the things I think is I agree, so fascinating and so helpful is when we realize that it's not just our brain talking to our body, right? It's both directions, and we can interrupt the brain by using our body.
Yeah.
And that's what I really love.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So the nervous system it's a vagus nerve.
Okay, so when we say nervous system,
Yeah.
we're talking about the brain, all the nerves in the body, all the receptors in the body. So something that tells you that your muscle is moving is part of the nervous system. So we've got this like massive, flowing, interconnected highway of information. We've got spine and then movement nerve. So if I want to move my arm, that's part of my nervous system. But when we say like nervous system regulation, what we're really talking about is the stress response versus relaxation response. So we have this part of our nervous system that works below our conscious control, and it speeds up our heart rate or slows down our heart rate, increases our breathing, decreases our breathing, sends blood to our muscles or sends blood to our digestive system. The vagus nerve, which was my initial entrance into this nervous system stuff, and I got so down the rabbit hole and so obsessed. My kid forbade me from using the word vagus at home. He's like, Mom, we have to come up with another name. We called it the vagal nerve for a long time.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So the vagus nerve is this massive cranial nerve. So it leaves your brainstem, bottom of the brain, and it travels through your whole upper body, except your arms. And it's primarily bringing information from your body to the brain. It has three main jobs. It's your body-mind connection. So it's what tells you if you're like hungry, thirsty, motivated, tired. Is your pain bad or not so bad? How inflamed is your body? How are your internal organs functioning? It connects to every internal organ, every endocrine gland, everything that happens that's critical for function. It's also your gut-brain axis. So every piece of information that goes back and forth between the nervous system that's in the gut, which we know nothing about, and the nervous system in the brain. And it's the primary control over your relaxed nervous system. So if we want to get into our relaxed nervous system, that's our vagus nerve activating, slowing down the heart, expanding the lungs, allowing us to use more lung volume, sending blood to the digestive system so that we can rest and digest. Right?
Yeah.
So it's this massive nerve, and it controls like half of the nervous system, the subconscious nervous system that puts us in relaxation. We also have our sympathetic or our stress response, and that kind of lives like in the top of the thoracic spine, and that's going to speed up your heart rate, speed up your breathing, send blood to your muscles, allow you to grapple in jiu-jitsu. You got to get into that stress drive in order to perform. So
Yes, that's what we're doing when we're grappling.
your stress drive.
Yeah,
So you've
stress
got your
drive.
stress
Oh.
and then your relaxation response. And the stress response is not bad.
No.
The stress response is good and normal and healthy.
Okay.
It's just that our nervous systems we are basically Neanderthals. So our nervous systems developed when we were hunter-gatherers who lived in social groups, and we haven't changed.
Yeah.
So we are
Okay, so-
great at Neanderthal stress. We're great at fighting.
Yeah.
That's something that we like and we're good at, and you grapple and then you stop and you relax. Your heart rate drops, your breathing slows,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, okay, I'm safe now.
Yeah.
And then you grapple again and you get back into that stress and then you come back. So you're like jiu-jitsu nervous system analogy was so great. You nailed it. There's so many things.
Yeah,
I saw your Instagram post. I was like,
Yeah.
this is so good. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Just
Yeah.
maybe why we feel so good after we do it and why you keep showing up, because I never thought I would want to still show up after getting beat up and feeling beat up, but we
Yeah.
still do because our brains and our body, I guess, feel good after.
Oh, and you're getting so much reward for that, right?
Yeah.
All that dopamine is, and that's good and healthy. So what's so hard for us is that we have Neanderthal nervous systems, but we don't have Neanderthal stressors. So Neanderthals had short stressors that were noticeable. I'm being chased by a predator. I'm not being chased by a predator.
Yeah.
We're being attacked by another people group. We're not being attacked by another people group. So it was like obvious. We have these vague, overlapping, never-ending stressors that are just constantly running.
Yeah.
And we start to get this, like I had a very busy spring. It was all really, really good. I was working on my business. I was excited about it. I was super hyper-focused. And I was so tight. I went for some treatment. My friend was working on my jaw. He's working on the inside of my mouth for jaw work, which is a normal thing to do if you're a manual therapist. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, my ass just unclenched. For the first time in months. Like I was like, okay, I finally
I felt my
didn't know I was
butthole
doing it.
relax, guys. We're
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Got it.
achieved Zen status. I didn't know that I was doing it, but I had so much tension in my hips,
And we had talked about how you and even probably myself, we would have these back pains, these pains that would never go away through everything we were doing until we found an outlet or until we figured out our nervous system. And then we're like, oh, wait a minute, I don't have that pain anymore.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Because it's all connected.
Yeah. A lot of it is the way you talk. Like, you have to talk to your nervous system like it's a toddler running free in your body.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, calm down now. You are not in danger. You feel like you're in danger, but you're not. Analyze the situation. Relax. The jaw, like, I know when you're working on me often, you'll be like, relax your jaw. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm totally relaxed. No, you're not. Like, unclench your hands, and I'm like, what do you mean? I'm totally, like, nail marks in my hands.
Yeah, it's often I watch people's hands if they're laying face up on the table and their hands are on their belly. They'll be holding their hands, and I can see them, like, white knuckling. And so I just reach out and, like, put my hand on their hands, and they're like, oh, yeah. And then 30 seconds later, right? Because it's a pattern.
Yeah.
And that's an important part of our nervous system. So we've got this, like, we're so primitive. We're Neanderthals, and we're not living in a Neanderthal world. And our brain is collecting all this information from the environment and filtering it through our understanding of how threatened we are. And so we kind of have this, like, default setting. I imagine it like this continuum with, like, a slider that goes back and forth. And some of us are, like, default anxious or default pessimistic or default, like, danger perception. But we can also, like, move back and forth on that slider.
Yeah.
So if we think the world is dangerous, we think we're threatened, all of the input looks more dangerous. So someone's behavior, if you're like, it's dark out, you leave this building and you're, like, walking to your car and it's dark out and someone approaches, you're like, sketchy. Yeah. Whereas if it was sunny out, exactly, you're ready. Yeah, you have no worries about this.
Watch out.
Whereas if it was the middle of the day, you were with someone else or other people around, that exact same person with exact same behavior wouldn't feel as threatening.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
the input that's coming into the body or coming into the brain is filtered through this lens. I've got my safety glasses on, or I have my threat glasses on. I'm looking at the world in a different way. And then the input, like, confirms or changes that slider a little bit. And then our responses feed into that too. So if you see a sketchy guy coming towards you and you punch him in the throat or whatever you do in jiu-jitsu, then your brain's like, oh yeah, see, you were in danger because look at how you behaved. And now I know that I was right, that you were in danger because your behavior confirmed it. If you're running, there's a fire. But on the other hand, if you're not running, so you were talking about this in your last episode, like that, I'm just going to wait. I'm, like, in this hold with my grappling partner. I'm just going to wait and plan. And, like, you're proving to your brain that you're safe enough by your behavior.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
You got it all figured out.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're just not great at communicating it.
Little simple things can change your stress response. For example, if you are, I mean, breathing is a super obvious one, right? If you are breathing fast and shallow, that actually starts a stress response. So the fast, shallow breathing that many of us do habitually all the time, breathing from our upper lungs and not letting our diaphragm travel, that tells our brain that we're in danger. As soon as we shift our breathing to something that is full and we're getting, like, a full lung expansion and our diaphragm's happy and traveling and we're using this full breath, it's like saying to the brain, hey, look, I can do this. I couldn't do this if I was in danger, but I can do it, so I must not be in danger. And then the brain's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess we're not in danger, but we just have to keep doing it over and over again because our brain has a pattern.
Yes.
Of, oh no, but you are. You are.
Constant threat mode.
Yeah.
So then it feels like it's not working, but over time it actually does work. You just have to, it's like practicing. You're just practicing that breathing so you can get to that spot where the brain's like, okay, next time you're not going to feel this way.
Yeah.
It's that kind of
repeat behavior.
Yeah. Because sometimes I think, I just know, like, for my kids, they'll try something once, it's not working. And even myself, I'm like, okay, well, I can't sleep. I'm going to try this breathing technique. It's not working. And then it's gone.
Yeah.
But we need to continue and practice and focus on it. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the way I think about it, and what I tell people about things like chronic pain is, like, a chronic pattern requires a chronic solution. Like, you've been like this for a long time, and your brain
not going to be solved overnight.
Yeah. Our brains are protecting us. That's their main job. They only care that we're alive. They don't really care what our life is like as long as we're still alive, and our brains will sacrifice anything in order to keep us safe if we think that we're in danger. We also can't continually take in 100% of the incoming information every single time, so our brain generates a pattern. So once you've done something once, your brain's like, oh, I know that. So now instead of analyzing and collecting information, I'm just going to grab that pattern and run it. But we're not always correct. So if we have a brand new pattern, first time you went to jiu-jitsu, brand new environment, your brain grabs the closest pattern to what you're doing right now and runs that pattern. So let's say in junior high you did wrestling, and that's your only context for what this is going to be like. Your brain's going to be like, I know what to do. We've done this before. We're going to do wrestling. And if that was a great experience for you, you might walk into your first jiu-jitsu class and be like, I got this. This is fine. If that was a terrible, humiliating, embarrassing junior high event for you, this is going to be much scarier than it would otherwise be, because your brain's just grabbed the pattern that feels similar.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So a healthy, resilient nervous system is good at noticing, I got the pattern wrong. I need new input to make better behavior that's more appropriate to this situation. But a stressed nervous system is not very good at noticing that we're wrong.
Yeah. That's, I would say when your nervous system lives in a heightened state, you are not reacting to things in like a rational way to be able to talk yourself off the ledge, I feel.
Yeah.
So doing the work to maybe get in tune with your nervous system and understand it a little bit more can start changing the behavior.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can have these tools, like a breathing tool, and then we say, oh, I like that. I practiced it enough when I wasn't stressed that it was an available pattern. And then when I was stressed, I was able to use it and it was more helpful, right? So we're sort of like teaching our nervous system new skills. We're shifting that pattern a little bit, and we're building in resiliency because we want the Neanderthal stress, relax, stress, relax, stress, relax. So one of the examples I give people all the time is grocery stores. I find grocery stores overwhelming and stressful.
Yes.
I had somebody ask me one time, she's like, how would I know if I was living in my stress zone all the time? And I kind of was like, I feel like you're probably not if you have to ask me this question. But I said, when you're in the grocery store and you only have a certain amount of time to get your groceries done, and someone stops their grocery cart in front of you in the middle of the aisle, what do you want to do? And she goes, what do you mean? And I was like, you're fine. I want to murder them with my grocery cart.
I was like, run them over with my cart, kick them in the shin, throw a can at their head. I mean, I have all sorts of answers for that question.
Yeah. So that like stress response of being in the grocery store, I used to go and I would get everything done so fast. I'd be like speed walking through the grocery store, forgetting things. And then I'd get to my car and I'd throw my groceries in the car and I'd drive home super fast and I'd make supper and I'd be shoveling food into my body. And then all of a sudden I would have this moment of like, what am I doing? Like, why does it feel so panic? Desperate? Yeah. But it's because I didn't ever let my nervous system know that I was safe again after I left the grocery store. So it's okay to be stressed in the grocery store. Like, it's overwhelming and that's fine.
Yeah.
But then when I get to my car, if I take a minute to like, we're safe now.
Yeah.
The scary grocery store isn't happening to us anymore. Then I reset my nervous system. So I use a breathing technique or an eye movement technique or something. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm more regulated.
Yes.
I drive home like a normal person and I put my groceries away and I make supper and I eat and I digest. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of the way I approached managing stress is like, I can't always do anything about the overwhelming stressors.
Yeah.
But I can teach my nervous system to be more resilient within those stressors to try and get like an appropriate stress response to the situation I'm in instead of a just continually super stressed or overreactive.
Yeah. So what would be one tip you could give anyone out there who maybe is looking into deregulating their nervous system, hasn't quite got there yet, and is super stressed after the grocery store and rushing home and digesting? What is one thing you would tell them to do once they got into their car that would make a big difference in resetting their nervous system?
Yeah, so my favorite one is a particular breathing technique that sort of increases pressure inside your chest cavity, which is always going to stimulate your vagus nerve, which should lower your heart rate. And
this is where I started. This is exactly the technique that started me after the first couple times I saw you.
Yeah. So this one I like. I call it chin tuck breathing, or as many chins as possible breathing. So for those of you watching online, you'll be able to see all of my chins.
Yes.
So you want to slide your head backwards and then tuck your chin down. So we're not like looking down like this, but just back and down. Yeah, exactly like that. And then
So you know all your pictures that you take, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, why do I have 7 chins in that?
Just because you were doing your chin tuck.
Yeah,
breathing.
that's right.
Exactly.
Just to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's
Yeah,
step
yeah.
1.
And then a big inhale. And you hold your breath at the top of that inhale, but just as long as it feels good. And then when you're ready, you exhale. And like, let the shoulders go, let the jaw go.
Ooh, I love
Can
that.
you feel that?
I can feel that. I feel like
Goosebumpy?
yes,
Sort of,
and
or
I just
something?
feel
Yeah.
lighter. Like, oh my goodness, I can just so easily do this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited
I-
just to.
I do it while I drive.
Yeah.
Because I
I
can
was
leave
gonna
my
say I
eyes
do it
level.
too. Yeah.
So if I leave my house super dysregulated, and typically I have time to walk to work, but not always. So if I have to drive, it takes me like 4 minutes to drive to work. If I do that breathing all the way there, I can drop my heart rate 20 or 30 points from being 120 to 90. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So when you let out, you just let it all out, and you let your shoulders drop.
You don't have to be loud, but you have to like let it go, let the jaw go. And it's so interesting when I do this with people on the table because I'm sitting right above them.
Yeah.
I'm always like, I want you to breathe. I want you to sigh out your mouth. I want you to let. And I'm like, I'm going to move out of your way. Don't worry, you're not going to breathe on me, right? Because people are always like, they breathe and they hold, and then they let it out, and they're like,
I know. Don't breathe.
I know, they're like,
don't breathe on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm just going to move out of your way. You know, let that go. So that one I love.
Yeah, I loved that. I started there. I lived there for a long time.
Yeah.
The double chin after the grocery store, or the double chin
Yeah.
after a stressful day at work, and then hold the breath and then just let it out. And you do that 2 or 3 times, and it chills you.
It's just physiology. Like, it's one of those things that it's like, so this technique is similar to what happens if someone's having a particular type of heart attack. If we have like an atrial tachycardia, so really, really fast heart rate, forced stimulation of the vagus nerve can get people out of that type of heart attack. Not all the other types of heart attacks, but that particular one. So if you go into the urgent care or emergency room with a really, really fast heart rate, and they suspect that you're having this atrial tachycardia, they'll ask you to bear down, like you're going to poop, but don't poop.
Yeah.
Or like breathe out through a straw, pursed lip breathing, or like plug your nose and blow really hard. So it's just physiology. It's just like we stimulate the vagus nerve, it drops the heart rate, and that re-regulates the nervous system and reminds us that we're calm. This is just a little bit more gentle than I typically don't want to tell people to bear down on my massage table because it might be really relaxed.
Or bear down in the parking lot of the grocery store.
Exactly. Yeah.
Throw your groceries in the back and then bear down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that one I really like. And there's a whole bunch of them. Like, eye movement is really relaxing. So if your head is still and your eyes shift to the side.
This one I didn't love so much.
Yeah,
It's not for everyone.
Not everybody loves this one, especially if you're headachy.
Yeah.
However, it doesn't have to be like the way I learned it in the first place was you hold your head still and you take your eyes to the side and you wait and you breathe and you wait until you either yawn or swallow or sigh. And those are vagus nerve controlled responses. But it doesn't have to be head still, eyes to the side, and wait. You can like cycle your eyes. So I typically hold my head, but you can like just cycle back and forth. Some people do it quite quickly. But what we know from brain imaging is when the head is still and the eyes go to the side, it turns down the activity in your amygdala, which is your fear center.
I have to share something.
Yeah.
So a couple days ago, I saw on TikTok, love TikTok, I learn everything from there, that if you wake up in the middle of the night, you keep your eyes closed and you look one way, the other way, up, down,
Yes.
and you'll fall asleep. I've been using it. It works.
Cool.
It was amazing. I'm like, there's no way this is going to work. Like, how? It worked.
Yeah.
And I use it
So
even
cool.
when I'm
Yeah.
just like trying to fall asleep and I'm like not falling asleep. I just do the eye movement. I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I was like, it's not this simple. It is. It is.
It is
That's
that
true.
simple, but then our patterns are so strong.
Yes.
And, and we have such strong stories, such strong narratives. So sometimes it's like, oh, it didn't work, or it's not working, or why isn't it working? And then, we're spiraling again. But what I like about this is if you find something that feels good, then it's a good tool for you and you can do it all the time. So what I like to tell people is like, so we find a tool that works on the massage table, awesome. Try it multiple times throughout the day. Breathe like that every time you wash your hands so that you learn it and you know it and then you can use it.
In that stressful situation, you can call for it and it's not like, going straight to your negative self-talk, whatever you use.
Yeah.
And you're not like here because all day you've been like dipping in and out. Because one of the things I think is a problem in like the stress reduction world is you're super stressed and you finally decide to go talk to somebody about it and they're like, oh, okay, you're stressed. Here's all the things that you need to do. Make sure you're sleeping. Are you not sleeping? You have to sleep. That's so important. If you're not sleeping,
Okay,
that's
great.
so
Problem
bad for
solved.
you.
Thank you.
Also, don't drink
$220
coffee.
later.
Exactly. Don't drink coffee. Don't drink alcohol. Change your diet.
Change
You
everything
should
about you.
meditate.
Yeah.
Meditate. You should go for a walk in nature every day. Singing in a choir. You should sing in a choir. And it's like, okay, awesome. Like all of those things are fantastic.
Oh my God, PTSD.
And if I could do them, I would be doing them. And I'd like to be able to do them. And like I'm an advocate of all of those things. But we have to build the capacity to get there.
Yeah, it's not
Yes.
that. It's
Yeah.
like jumping 10 steps.
So it
forward.
just feels hopeless of like, okay, there's a whole bunch of things that I'll just never be able to be good at.
Yeah.
Whereas I can breathe 3 times. Maybe I could do that twice a day. Maybe I can do it 3 times a day. Maybe I could do it 5 times a day. If I do that breathing exercise and it gets me like 3 minutes of relaxed nervous system activity. If I did it 5 times during the day, when I get home at the end of the day, I'm 15 minutes up and having spent time in my relaxed nervous system, which is like having meditated for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I built it in. But also the thing I like about it is it teaches our nervous system that we can be resilient in and amongst our stressors. I don't have to wait till I get home to my yoga mat, to my meditation room, to my safe space.
To your sanctuary or whatever the case may be. Yeah.
Because we just need those little breaks. And then it starts to build. And this is like, for me, this is very personal. I take less ADHD meds than I used to. I feel better. My stress levels are more regulated. I can go through stressful periods and feel like, okay, I'm stressed. Like, it's okay. But I have tools that I could use. So for me, it has dramatically changed my overall stress levels and my like, oh my gosh, I can't handle it sort of response to stress. Like, no, I can't handle it.
I'm the exact same since I started seeing you. I'm half of my ADHD medication and dealing with a lot of stuff in my life that, 8 months ago I would be completely melting down over. So it's huge.
Amazing.
And the nice thing is when I go see Alana is she does this lovely 30-minute nervous system reset massage that can be covered under your benefits because it's massage therapy. And it's just a nice, short reset. You're not committing to a whole hour out of your day and getting all lubed up and, going back somewhere greasy. Like, I've seen you on a lunch break and then gone back to work.
Yeah.
And it's so lovely. It's 30 minutes out of your day and it makes all the difference.
Thank you.
Yes.
I love that worked for you. And I think like both of you talking about the pain that you don't have quite as much anymore.
Yeah.
That is such a profound change and such an important realization. And so many times people we don't think of pain as having any layers of complexity to it.
Yeah.
We're just, my back hurts, so I must have a bad back, or I must have damage, or I must have an injury.
Or I have a disc slip.
Yeah, which might be the case, but like actually, like by the time you're past 40, I think it's like 40% of people who have zero pain have disc issues in their back.
Yeah.
And it's
Almost
funny,
everybody has
I
arthritis
slipped
past
a
40.
disc in my back. Since starting jiu-jitsu, which you think would really aggravate that kind of area, I've been fine.
Yeah. The presence of like physical damage and the presence of pain don't correlate nearly as highly as we think they do.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make sense in our brains. Our brains like very simple explanations. I sprained my ankle. It feels like a sprained ankle. It hurts. That's normal. But when I have this pain that's like when we were talking about your back pain, I was like, objectively, you are super strong. Like the things that you can do pain-free don't make sense if you have damage that brings you this much pain.
Yeah.
Right? So like you're strong enough, you're mobile, like you can do all of these different kinds of things. And that makes me think there's got to be something else going on, why this back pain keeps presenting like this.
Yeah.
But if we go back to our like Neanderthal example, so pain it's way more complex than we think it is, but pain is also protective. So if you are a Neanderthal and you are threatened because your stress is high and there's something going on in your nervous system or there's actual threats, the best place for you is in your cave. Don't go hunting, don't go gathering because there's threats out there. It's dangerous and I want you alive. The best way to keep you in your cave is pain. So sometimes pain is your nervous system saying, you are not okay. And I don't know why, but can you please stop going to the scary places? Just stay home where it's safe.
Yes.
Same thing happens when our motivation is tanked by our nervous system.
That's probably how people become hermits.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, just the amount of people I see, obviously my population sample is skewed because people see massage for pain, but the amount of people I see who just live daily with like, oh yeah, it's not so bad today, it's like a 6 out of 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's bad. Like,
Yeah.
like you're incredibly strong and tough and you've learned to live with this, but that's not good pain.
No.
Yeah. If you could fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so much, it's so complicated and so difficult. We all have stories and I think it's important also to recognize that like everyone's experience of pain is different, and just because jiu-jitsu is helpful for you doesn't mean it would be helpful for everybody. But what I love about the process is lots of movement. Movement proves to your brain that you're capable and that you can, just like deep breathing proves that you're safe.
Yeah.
Right? When you move and it doesn't hurt, it proves to your brain that you're okay.
Yeah.
Right? And it like, lubes up all your joints and warms up your muscles and gets you stronger and more mobile, and all those kind of things are fantastic. But it also is proving to your brain that you can do hard things.
Yes.
And that's
I
such
love
a
that,
big
yeah.
thing for nervous system regulation.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm okay.
Well, one thing you had said to me early on that stuck out, because I know everyone is doing these cold plunges.
Yeah.
Everyone, and it's like, oh, it's so great for your nervous system. It's such a lovely thing. And you had said to me, well, listen, if plunging yourself into cold, icy water actually stresses you out to the point where you can't even handle it, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Don't do that just because the interwebs tells you to.
And this is one of the things, like, I love how much information is available to us now, but it can be really difficult to sort out what should I do or what shouldn't I do. And there's so many, I read an article, blog posty sort of article about vagus nerve stimulation that suggested that a coffee enema would be helpful.
Oh my God, I've seen those kind of videos
Right?
too. I'm like, that can't be.
First of all, your vagus nerve doesn't even innervate the bottom part.
I
of the
did one
colon.
of those once.
But you did.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It wasn't a coffee enema, but
Is it a booze enema?
it was a colon. It was a colon cleanse.
Oh, a colon cleanse.
Yeah, I went
And
to this lady's house
I thought
in
you
her
were gonna tell
basement.
me You were like, this is how you were getting drunk,
No.
like the kids.
No. Oh my God. The vodka tampons.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
I've never heard of that.
Oh
either.
gosh.
Oh my God.
Okay, that's for a whole nother
More
episode.
enemas. Yeah. The next episode
podcast.
will be the enema.
Yeah.
I want to know who you get as a guest.
But yeah, no,
Oh my gosh.
I had a colon flush.
And
Yeah.
Was it?
No, it wasn't great. It was kind of like a cold plunge, honestly. It was kind of like a cold plunge, but warm water up my butt. Like,
Yeah. And that.
I wasn't jumping to go back.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with that. If that's
No,
Oh my God. I
But
don't
yeah.
know, like.
and I was with one of my friends too. We were like support humans and trying these things to like help our mental health and our gut health and our blah blah blah. So yeah, she was like sitting there with me, and yeah,
I think the
Oh
thing
my
is,
wild.
God.
if
Yeah.
you're sitting here listening to this, being like, oh my gosh, that's an available option. I would love to have a colon cleanse. Go do it.
of course,
Right?
yes.
Like it's probably
Send me a message and I'll give you the lady's
exactly.
number.
Exactly.
Like I
But
don't
also
mind.
talk to your
This wasn't
doctor
for me.
too, because as a nurse and a health professional, like you still need some tone in there. Don't do
Right?
it every day.
Yeah.
There's still some other side effects to that.
Right? And all of the things that you want to have inside your body that belong in your body.
Yes, the
let's
bacteria.
leave
Like
them
we
there.
need some good bacteria
Yeah.
in there too. Otherwise,
Yeah. But I think that like the message is, if you like it, it's probably going to help.
I
If
agree.
you
If
hate
it feels
it,
good,
Yeah.
It's not going to help. So yeah, cold plunging. I actually love cold plunging, but only if I'm like in nature, jumping into a mountain lake. That feels great to me. I'm not going to get in a bathtub full of cold water because that's boring and just painful.
Yeah.
But the cold water thing is resiliency. It's proving that you can do difficult things. It's
Yeah.
also, it's incredibly stimulating for your vagus nerve, but you only need to put your face in cold water to get your vagus nerve stimulated. So that's easy to do.
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's
See that
funny.
I could manage.
Yeah. And it makes sense. I joined this run club because we talked about this. Like,
Yeah.
I thought I was supposed to get this runner's high. I was going to love it. And I kept
Yeah.
going and I kept going. And I was having these injuries and pain. And I'm like, when am I going to love this?
There are a lot of unhealthy runners out there.
I know. And I'm
I've seen
learning
them on my
that.
table. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the injuries that you can get. And I was just like, what am I doing to my body here? It's not great.
Well, and I think this is an amazing part of, I don't know whether it's actually just midlife, but I think we do get to a point where we say, I'm going to stop asking for approval and start being honest. Like, I'm going to get brave enough to be
Yes.
honest with myself, and I'm going to surround myself with people who are okay with that and who are honest as well, and say, like, I don't want to do that thing. Do you find that you have a physical sense of like, do you feel emotions in your body?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. So when you feel safe, when you're like, these are my people, this is my environment, what do you feel physically?
Oh, I feel so much energy, and I feel like I can just relax and be myself, and I just feel, it's hard to explain, but I'm up here, where when I'm not around those people, I want to be in the corner. Like, back me up into a corner. I want to get out the fight or flight. Like, I want to run away. I'm not feeling great, even though there's nothing wrong with what's happening in this situation. I just feel like I'm not safe. I don't belong.
Yeah, you're picking up cues from the environment that feed into that sort of pattern building, and whatever those cues are, lots of them I think we don't even really know yet. But when we learn to listen or feel.
And I think you get to the midlife later and you're just like, okay, I need to focus on this now. I'm a priority. I'm not trying to fit myself into this group of people doing things that maybe are not good for me. I need to just cut ties, or I need to just redirect.
Yeah, that's interesting. You almost have like a physical space representation of where
I
you
totally
are.
do. Yeah.
Do you feel emotion in your body, or like safety versus risk?
I do, for sure. And we talked about this in our whole awkward episode.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
I'm a highly awkward person.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I am so awkward. And I have learned now that, like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stand here and be awkward and engage in a conversation with you that I don't give any craps about.
Yeah.
Right? So I will often just be like, okay, I got to go. And I'll just like exit myself.
Yeah.
But I do.
Do you have a physical sensation that's like, oh, that's my warning sign of like, I can feel that in the pit of my stomach, or I can feel it in my jaw, or I can feel it like my shoulders are up?
Yeah.
That's my heart and my breathing.
I get like uncomfortable. Like I'm just like fidgety a little bit, and I'm like, oh no, I don't like this. Gross.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
I'm out. And then
Or I start negative talking myself, like, oh, why am I not like this, or why am I not like that? And I just get in my head way more than I'm not present, because I'm just all these thoughts, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is maybe not my group or not my area, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I need to go.
Or maybe don't care about the weather.
Yeah.
Or what you did last week.
Yeah.
Or
There's
your new boat shoes you bought. Like, I don't care. I'm out of here. See you later.
So it would be interesting, I think, and this isn't something that I'm great at, but building that awareness of when I feel that, like, okay, this is awkward, or these are my people, or I'm feeling uncomfortable, or I get that, like, tense feeling, to fully give yourself permission to leave. Like, I'm a huge advocate for that. But if it's a situation where you feel like, okay, I kind of have to stick this out for a little bit, a variation of this breathing, so you don't have to like tuck your chin and look super weird, is if you breathe in and swallow. Yeah, increase the awkwardness by just giving yourself a whole bunch of chins all the time. But a variation of this is if you breathe in and then swallow and hold like the pressure of the swallow and hold your breath, and then let that breath out as well. That'll still do the like pressure sensation and vagus nerve stimulation. So I kind of wonder, like I was thinking about this when I was listening to your awkward episode, like if in those moments we had something that we could do that like made us feel safer. Yeah. That whether or not it would decrease the awkwardness, or whether it would give us the confidence to say like, I'm sorry, this is super awkward, I'm just gonna go. Yeah. But that feeling the awareness of like actually feeling my body. And I was blown away when I started paying attention to my body. Mm-hmm. I can only assume that I was always like that, and I had just never noticed that I was like hyperventilating and sweaty, and my heart rate was super high while I was trying to leave the house. Have I never noticed this before? How did I not notice that this is what I like?
Years, as long as I can remember, I used to do this very shallow breathing, and it was like a whimper. And I haven't done it in months now, but I feel like that was my like nervous system, like panicking in those moments. Like I would often be sitting with someone and they'd be like, "Can you hear that? It sounds like," and I'd be like, "Whoa, what?
There's like a dog or something."
A dog whimpering? Oh my God, who's left their dog in a hot car? That's so rude. And then I'd be like, "I gotta go. They're on to me." And I haven't done it in months, but I used to do it all the time, and people would catch it, and then that would be my cue to be like, okay, now it's awkward. Take the whimpering dog away. Yes, but I haven't done it in a very long time, but I did it for years, and I was obviously doing it
Yeah.
because of that, probably in a situation. And I was like, oh God, it's Betty. Here she comes. Start doing
Tight
breathing.
and congested. Throat
Yeah.
congestion is a big part of stress response.
Yeah.
People will say, I feel like I can't swallow, like it's stuck. Or I have this like lump right here and I can never get rid of it, like drinking water, swallowing, coughing, clearing my throat, can't get rid of it. And it is often a stress response of this congestion. So I'll be like, is it okay if I massage the front of your throat? And this might feel a little bit weird. And I always tell people, like, if this feels unsafe, you just tell me. And I start like moving their trachea, and it's often quite crunchy in here. And then so I'll like do this weird like throat massage for people, or I'll like massage all down the side of their neck like this. And then, we're done. I said, how did that feel? And they're like, it's gone. Or they'll say, like, my voice feels different. But it's often, it's connected for people with, like, not speaking their truth or having really difficult conversations in their life. Or so they're like, I feel like it's, like, freer. Oh. And it's so interesting to me. Like, I don't know a lot about the, like, that emotion physical connection.
Yeah.
But when someone walks in and says, I've had a lot of difficult conversations lately and I can feel it in my throat and my jaw, I'm like, yeah, I got you. Lay on the table and let me poke your trachea back and forth, or stick my fingers in your mouth. I do that a lot too. Yeah.
I'm learning so much right now.
I know. It's like, I feel
The
like we
weirdest
could just
things
talk
we do.
forever.
Yeah.
Like we could do like 4 episodes about it.
I know.
It's
Well, I'll come back. My husband pulls on his earlobe.
Yeah.
Like the ear is very connected to the vagus nerve, so he'll just like pull his earlobe and then immediately start yawning, which is, not super ideal if you're like in the middle of a meeting.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
big
know
wigs
that.
are in town
Yeah.
and you're like, ooh.
Yeah. Another friend of mine, hers is her fingers in her ears, so she'll put her fingers in her ears like this and do these little circles, which is like also adorable because it sometimes looks, she's like just not listening.
Yeah.
But really she's
Ooh,
regulating
maybe
her
that's a
nervous
good
system.
one.
Yeah, she's
Right?
regulating her nervous system.
Getting so far out of my comfort zone for next week. I am so glad we talked today so that I'm going to use all of these.
What are you doing
Oh
next
yeah,
week?
she's traveling.
I'm going to
Oh, yeah.
to Europe next week, and I am
Amazing.
so out of my comfort zone in all of this, and I have these thoughts that I don't belong, that I don't fit in, but I do. It's just going to be uncomfortable, and I'm going to use these. They're
Yeah.
just going to have to deal with me doing some neck
Yeah.
You're like, who invited this fidgety
I know,
one?
don't mind me over here just touching my face. Or even this one, if you put your fingers just in front of your ears and kind of take the skin and like pull down, it feels a little bit stretchy inside your ears maybe.
Yeah,
Does that feel like
yeah,
anything
yeah.
to you? Yeah. Yeah, I just saw this one the other day and I was like, oh, I like that a lot. Like just kind of, oh, yep. And it makes me want to yawn. My vagus response is a yawn. I'm a yawner. And so right away, like I've been fighting off yawns this whole time because as soon as I get talking about the nervous system, my nervous system starts to like chill. And then I want to yawn. But I'm not because,
Yeah.
I don't want you to think I'm bored of you.
No. I mean, you could. And you could just be like, it's just a nervous system response. And we'll be like, cool.
Yeah. Have you ever done abdominal massage?
We talked about like massaging out my scar
yeah,
tissue
we
on
talked about
my
scars,
C-section. So we did
Yeah.
a little bit of that.
Yeah,
Oh.
the abdominal massages can be very relaxing, and it's something that I'm always surprised. Like I thought, every time I've offered, people have been like, "Yeah, I think I would like that," and I was expecting people to be like, "Don't touch my belly," like that's weird.
Yeah.
It's actually incredibly relaxing if it feels safe, right? Like it wouldn't always be something that I would offer,
Yeah.
but it is. That's another one that feels really nice on the massage table. Yeah,
So cool.
Weird.
It's
Weird
so,
things.
yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
There's so much to it.
yeah. I think the overall, like, if I can give my sort of like, here's what I wish everyone knew about their nervous systems.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Like, your nervous system is actually on your side. It's trying to protect you. It might be overreacting to a lot of what's going on, but it's trying to protect you. If you can give your nervous system the best information from your body about the situation that you're in, the state that you're in, you can actually use all of your senses. Like, I get so easily distracted. I was doing this with a guy today. I was like, okay, your shoulder's sore. It's just not getting better. Like, it's been months and months and months. We've got to unlock something. So I had him smell the motion medicine that I use, which is like camphor and menthol and stuff. And I was
Yeah.
like, smell this, one nostril at a time, and then try your movement. After each time, he's like, yeah, that feels better. That feels better. That feels better.
Yeah.
So all of your senses are like a route into regulating your nervous system. If we get better information, the nervous system feels safer because it's more confident in its environment. But so our nervous systems are on our side, and if we can retrain them like the toddler running around by informing with our bodies. So the messages that we give with our body, it's our body that tells our brain how safe we feel.
Yeah.
Inside our body, muscle tension, sensory input, breathing, like all of that kind of stuff is these physical cues that the body is saying to the brain, you're safe, it's fine, you're safe. So if we can deliberately do that, then we can rehabilitate our nervous system so that it responds appropriately. Because a regulated nervous system is not a nervous system that's never stressed. It's a nervous system that's stressed at the right times and relaxed at the right times, and eventually, I hope, does it on its own instead of me having to do it all the time. And I would say I'm noticing those shifts for myself, having been working on it for a while now, a couple of years.
Yeah, I would say me too.
Amazing.
Same.
Yeah.
I would say my nervous system
Yeah.
does a better job at regulating itself.
Yeah. Yeah. And you
Yeah.
don't have to do weird stuff that sounds terrible to you.
Yes.
If you don't like
Yes.
it, I mean, and that's not to say that you should never do difficult things, right? Like that's part of the jiu-jitsu conversation. But at least at the start, like if you think it sounds terrible, it's probably not going to help you feel more relaxed.
Yeah.
For sure.
So you don't have to do all the weird stuff.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Amazing.
awesome.
Well, we
So
appreciate
helpful.
it so
Yes.
much.
My
Like
gosh.
we
Oh, I was
learned
really-
so
This
much.
was
Really
such
happy
a
to
great
be
first
here.
guest
It was
experience.
Yay!
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want to do it all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just have you back on a regular rotation.
Yeah, we will.
Anytime. This is very easy, and there's so much. Yeah, we could do this forever.
Yeah, there is
Amazing.
so much. Yeah, and that's why I was like, I just get so ahead of myself, and I feel like
Yeah.
I'm skipping so much important information when I'm trying to tell people about it. So I'm like, let's just get someone on here who can like
Yeah.
deliver it
facts. Yeah,
better, more
definitely.
intelligently.
Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Alana, for
Thanks for having
coming.
me.
Thank you.
This was really fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Thank you to all who have listened.
yeah,
Let
For
us know
sure.
any feedback, any tips, tricks, any comments. We're happy to hear it.
of course. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. See you
Thanks,
next
everyone.
week.